Welcome aboard the Boat Buyers Secret Weapon podcast, where we're dedicated to helping first-time and experienced boat buyers find the right boat at the best price so they have years and years of boating fun, because life truly is better on a boat. Today's podcast is sponsored by the Boat Buyers Secret Weapon YouTube channel. Don't pay too much for your next boat. Just visit boatbuyerssecretweapon.com/save to watch a short video. Now, let's hop aboard and have some fun.
Hi, it's Captain Matt, Boat Buyer's Secret Weapon, and today we're talking about the pros and the cons of inboard boats. So, one of the big pros with the inboard setup is it's great for pushing bigger, heavier boats. So, big cruisers, ballasted up wake boats that really need that torque and to push that weight through the water. They also have great torque because the power goes right from that engine directly to a shaft or maybe a V-drive and out towards a big old propeller that it's going to spin around and get that boat to really be able to push some weight, pull a skier out of the water, push a big cruiser through the water. And they do an outstanding job with those types of situations. They're very simple drive systems. So if you're leaving the boat in the water, it's a great system. You just have to protect the shaft and the propeller and your rudder, but you don't have all those dissimilar metals together. It's a very simple system that's under the water line. It's great for those situations. It also allows you to have open access to the back of the boat with the big swim platform, which can be great on big cruisers. It's certainly fantastic when you're doing water sports like wake surfing and wakeboarding, water skiing. Having that access is very, very important. Now to the cons. The engine, because it's inside the boat, is going to take up a large amount of space. It's going to take some storage space that is required to have that engine there. Next is they're focused on torque and really being able to push heavy weights and accelerate, get that pulling people out of the water, but they're not fast. When it comes to top end speed, they're not going to be a fast boat. The next is you do have to winterize if you're in freezing climates because you're typically pulling some water into the engine, whether it's close cooled, which a lot of them may be, or if it's just raw water cooled, you still have to deal with that water so it doesn't freeze and expand in cold temperatures and cause very expensive damage. Next is if you have a single engine inboard, when you go in reverse, when you back up, you don't have that rudder to steer. So it's a little bit tougher to steer when you're backing up with an inboard. You got to get used to it because if you're going forward, it's pushing that water past the rudder moves and the boat handles great. But when you're reversing, that rudder is not getting a whole lot of water flow through it because you're usually at a slow speed, and the propeller force, the P force, is going to cause that boat to crawl through the water to one side or the other. That's just a characteristic of a single inboard. If you got twins, they're usually going to be counter-rotating and they offset each other, and it's really easy to maneuver with those twins. So those are the pros and cons. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It helps YouTube say, hey, let's share this with more people that are searching. If you're looking to buy a boat, you're researching a boat, grab the Boat Buyers Toolkit. It's totally free, boatbuyerstoolkit.com. It's about 25 pages packed with questions to ask, checklists, information on demos, trailering, all sorts of stuff. You'll be glad you have this to keep you on track and make sure that you buy the perfect boat. Remember, life truly is better on a boat.
Let's pull up the anchor and run this podcast back to the dock. We'll be back again with another helpful and fun episode next time. If you'd like to be a guest on the podcast, visit boatbuyerssecretweapon.com/guest, and I'll help offer insights into your boat research and shopping experience. Also, we'd appreciate it if you took just 2 minutes to rate and review this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. It helps others find us so we can help more boaters. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it in your boating groups on social media. They will certainly thank you. And by the way, if you haven't already, grab your free Boat Buyers Secret Weapon Toolkit at boatbuyerssecretweapon.com/toolkit. And so you don't pay too much for your next boat, visit boatbuyerssecretweapon.com/save for a short video. Now, before we go, I want to leave you with a few first-time boating tips for when you own your new boat. Number one, know your local boating laws, basic navigation rules, and how to operate your boat safely. It'll make boating even more fun for everyone. 2, Be aware of your wake at all times and pay attention to no wake zones because you are responsible for your wake. When maneuvering at slow speeds, you can put out an enormous wake. If going slow, be courteous, save some fuel, and drop down to idle speed, just in forward gear to ensure there is no wake. This could save you an expensive ticket and will keep you from being that guy on your waterway. Number 3, boats do not have headlights. They have docking lights, specifically made for seeing in tight quarters and docking. Do not turn your docking lights on while cruising down the water. It can blind other boaters and is very dangerous and, again, could save you an expensive ticket. Number 4, follow the maintenance schedule for your boat. Change the oil, impeller, gear lube, winterize if you need to winterize in your area. Inspect your trailer tires, bearings, and grease the hubs if you're a trailer boater to ensure you don't experience expensive and unnecessary repairs that will impact your boating time. Number 5, always double check your plug is in, your battery is charged, and the fuel is full before heading out for a day on the water. It could just save your boating day. And if you're a trailer boater, I've got a few extra tips. Number 1, at the boat ramp, prepare your boat, your gear, and your guests in the staging area. Then, when you're ready, back down the ramp, unload the boat, head to the parking lot, and right back down to your boat to be fast and courteous to your fellow boaters and don't tie up that ramp unnecessarily. Next, use transom tie-down straps when trailing your boat. Very bad things can happen if you don't, and they do happen. 3, check everything in the boat is secure before heading down the road. Seat cushions, gear, keys, towels, even tubes and lily pads can get blown out when pulling your boat down the highway or interstate. And most important, have fun. Enjoy your boat and get on the water as much as possible because life truly is better on a boat. Until next time, this is your friend in boating, Captain Matt.